Good morning, everyone. I'm Shiva, working assistant professor in the Department of Management Studies in MLRITM. So today, I would like to share the concept of the subject name is POM, Production and Operation Management. The topic name is the essential objectives of a production. So generally, what do you mean by production? Production means the process of input is conversion of the final good of output. Raw material converted into the final good of output. So take an example of cement industry. If you want to manufacturing the good of cement, the raw material is required. So work in process, we are adding some kind of a flavors. The final output is cement. So it is production process. It is consisting of 3 or 4 layers of a business operations in the management. So definition. Today we would like to explain definition, system concept of production, types of production system, flow shop, job shop, batch shop, the project, productivity, strategic management, corporate strategy, general competitive strategies, functional strategies, gross domestic product and its impact, world class manufacturing. So production management, it is helps to producing the bulk of goods and services within the process of input conversion into the final good of output in the production process. So it is going to be helps the management to achieve the maximum sales target of a business organization. So the main intention of the business to producing the quality of goods and services. At the end of the day, we are expecting the targeted sales of territory in our boundaries. So that sales is a must considered while we are introducing in the business organization. So how we can increasing the sales? So what kind of a strategy we are playing in the business? Most of the companies will be focused on sales oriented. So how we are increasing the sales? What kind of a strategy we are playing? How we are increasing the firm growth rate or business sales in the management? So the decisions will be taken by the production manager in the organization. It has to be based on the sales, revenue, territory, demand, supply of the good and services. The sales and profit will be increasing in the productivity, producing and satisfy the customer needs. So need means it is a one kind of a desire. So without desire, the firm cannot able to produce any kind of a good and services in the production operations. So next one, production system. So generally the production system is conversion of input into output. So input, working process, the final good of output. So we are exchanging the value of good and services and transforming input into the final good of output in the production process. So it is called as production system. We are using the new modern technologies to increasing the productivity of a business firm, which helps to increasing the market growth, increasing the business, increasing the territory area, increasing the growth of the business of a firm. System concept in production system, it can be defined as a perfect collection of the people, objectives, producers can operating the within the environment of a business firm. So the manager of a particular company take the decision regarding for the production operations. How the production manager will be managing the within the system in the organization. So what are the needs? What are the basics? So what are the desires? What is the demand of a good? What is the supply of a good? We are considered all the factors. Then only we can take the decision regarding for the sales point of view. So customer satisfaction is one of the uh, best quality of the firm. It must be based on the customer satisfaction. Without customer satisfaction, the firm cannot attain the targeted profits or sales of a particular firm. We are not able to reach the unless we are not able to get desirable returns from the business operations. Next, definition of production and operation management. The process of with transforming the inputs, resources of an organization into the final goods. So the good and services transforming raw material into the final good of output. It is called as production system. We are increasing the policies, increasing the ad productivity and increasing the output of a firm. Production is a process by which the raw material and other inputs are converted into the finished products. So raw material converted into the final good of output. Like example, potato. So potato is a raw material. Work in process, we are adding some kind of a flavor. The final output is chips. So it is a benefits to the organization based on the customer requirements. So production system model comprise production system, conventional of subsystems, control subsystems. So types of production system: flow shop, job shop and manufacturing shops, batch shop and job shop, flow shop of the organization. So most of the companies can be depending upon the these kind of a three layers of the production process in the management. So what is the main aim of any kind of a production operation system? It must be based on the productivity. So getting the desirable productivity from the business operations. So that's why we are pick the quality of material from the supplier. We are identifying the quality of vendors, quality of supplier from the market. Then only we can able to producing the good and services within a efficient productivity in the market. So without using the quality of metal in the production process, we are not able to conversion of the final good of output. So maximum customer satisfaction through the quality and reliability, cost and delivery time. So if you want to producing the good and services with help of all the input factors of production, it is a quality. So the company has to be maintaining by the standards, quality, quantity and delivery and time and cost. Cost means how much of expenditure is going to be incurred to produce a good and services. It must be considered. So without the cost incurred by the firm cannot attaining the profitability of a business organization. So reducing the minimum scrap, minimum possible inventory levels. So inventory means calculation of the stock. How much of stock is manufacturing by the production units? How much of stock is available in the godown? How much of stock will be sold to the customers in the market? So these kind of data will be analyzing by the inventory manager in the production units. Every day they are check all the inventory elements. So in inventory reports, that report has to be analyzing and take the decision regarding for the production operations of the business firm. So minimum cash outflow. So cash outflow means cash inflow, cash outflow. Both the two are including in the production and operation management. Cash inflow means within the organization the cash will be coming. Outflow means the cash will be going to external side of the production operation systems. So if you want to pay the salaries to the employee, purchasing the material from the vendor, purchasing the machinery from the third party, so it has to be paid. So it is called as cash outflows. So maximum possible production. So when we are planning the production activity, maximum getting the desirable output from the quality of input factors of production. So maximum possible profit or return on investment. So how much of expenditure is going to be incurred? We are adding some kind of a return. Then only we can possible to fix the price of the product is high. Then only we can able to get the huge amount of return from the business. So maximum possibility you may have to be get desirable productivity. Next, the maximum customer satisfaction through the quality and reliability. eh, it is very benefits to the organization. Next one, types of production system: internal production system and continuous production system, project production flows, job production flows, batch production flows, mass production flows, process production flows. So these are the types of production systems available in the production operation management systems: job flow, continuous flow, manufacturing, batch flows. Next, assembling line is a type of flow production which is developed in the automobile industry in the USA. So this kind of a segment will be introducing in the USN market for assembling lining technique. So the goods and services manufacturing with help of assembling technique line. One stage completion of the product, then the product will be forward to the another stage. So another stage also will be completed, then we go forward for the next stage. So end of the day, the product will be ready to sell to the customer in the market with using by the assembling lining techniques. So this production manufacturing batch production system, this system is introduced, refers to the manufacturing of standardized parts of components of large scale. Here the material equipped by the people in large scale of activities. They have spent lot of amount on the production in bulk. They are doing the business with help of all elements in a large scale operations. So single unit may not be ready to producing in the production units. They are planned for the bulk orders from the vendors. They are planned for producing such kind of a good and services in bulk highly. They are manufacturing and sell to the customers. Here must be focus on quality and quantity. If you want to preparing the quality of good, the company will be having the huge amount of reputation. So revenue will be increasing, sales also will be increasing. They are getting the more return on investment. So the cash inflow will be increasing the efficiency of a business firms. Next, types of decisions, area of involvement, nature of the activity. Strategic decisions. So these kind of decisions will be taken by the area of production process, production technology, facility layout, allocation resource, strategic activities. So here we are applying the strategies for the development of the business through using by the strategical decisions. So they are planning, organizing, staffing, coordinating with all the elements of all the strategical plans. Then only we can develop the business of production units in the markets. Second one, operating decisions. So operating decisions means running the production operation with using by the effective resources. So functional and line by line. We are verifying all the people of the particular authority peoples. They are monitoring, checking everything. They are sending the reports to the top level management. Then only we can take the decision regarding for the production activity, production schedule and product planning. So it must be focused on a number of things. It must be considered. While we producing the good and services, it must be considered all the factors of productions like labor, material cost, labor cost, technology cost, investment cost. So investment means if you want to investing in the money in the production units, it will be benefits to the customer in the long term. Then only we can able to investing in the presently. Otherwise, they are not able to plan any kind of a production schedule in the markets. So without knowing the production cost and revenue, we are not able to plan for producing the production activity in the business firms. Next one, control decisions. They are mainly focused on productivity. So giving the input factors in efficiently, then only we can getting the output in a systematic manner. So it must be reducing the wastage. So that's why we are appointing the quality control managers. The quality control manager has to be assess, analyzing and verifying everything within the production premises. Then only we can able to get huge amount of return by the firm. They are reducing the cost of expenditure of rest risk. So increasing the productivity, increasing the output, increasing the growth of the production operations within a limited time period. Then only we can able to get huge amount of return from the business operations. So here we are discussing the flow of the production process. Input factors, conversion the system, output. So input factors are environmental factor, legal or political, social, economic, technological. So updated technology, we are implementing the production process. At the end of the day, they are getting the quality of desirable of the output from the business operations. Means, so olden days, if you want to manufacturing any kind of a good, it will take lot of time. So much of investment will be taken. So much of time will be consumed. But nowadays, every kind of a system will be automatically applied the technology based systems. So then only we can possible to getting the output in a efficient manner. Next one, market. Market means it is a place where the buyer and seller exchanging the value of goods and services. So competition. A number of manufacturing industries will be coming to the market. So we are identifying the potential customer and demand of the good, supply of the good, production manager has to be planned for producing such kind of a goods in the market. Without unknowing without knowing anything information regarding for the production activity, they are not able to get any kind of a return. Next one, production information. So how much of quantity of goods we are manufacturing? What is the raw material cost? What is the labor cost? What is the technological cost? So it has to be considered all these things. So we are analyzing the cost of expenditure of the firm. Otherwise, we could not operating or we cannot be manufacturing such kind of a good and services in the market. Without knowing anything regarding for the production activity, the production manager cannot able to plan for and ready to. They are not doing production activity within the business firms. Next one, customer desires. So what they are expecting from the customer from the market. So we are identifying. Then only we can plan for producing such kind of a good and services from the market. So it ultimately we are focused on customer. So if we want to manufacturing any kind of a good and services, customer is required. Customer is the god of any kind of a business. While we are manufacturing the or producing the good, it has to be considered the customer needs and wants, demand of the good. Then only we can plan for producing the good and services in the production units. Next one, primary resources, material and supplier. So if you want to manufacturing the good and services in the production units, the supplier will be ready to supplying the quality of material. Then only we can possible to conversion of the quality of productivity in the markets. Next, personal capital assets. Capital means how much of amount will be able to investing in the money and we are getting the huge amount of return in the long term. Assets can be classified into two: fixed assets, current assets. Fixed assets means the liquidity will be conversion of the cash in the long term, but short term it is not possible to conversion of the liquidity. But in the current asset, we can easily convert it into in the form of cash. It is a benefit to cash is required for running the production operations with the organizations with using some kind of expenses, some incurred will be by the firm. So, for example, salaries paid, wages paid, material buyed, electronic bill paid, office rent paid. Such kind of a expenditure will be uh, cash is required to pay such a kind of a settlement in the production process. Capital or money, utilities. So properly we are using all the resources, then only we can possible to getting the desirable output of productivity from the market. So batch production pertain to respective production. It refers to the production of goods, the quantity of which is known as advance. So here the production process will be planned for advancedly. So 1 week or 1 month before they are ready to plan and producing the goods and services as per the requirement of the customer order or company's policy or requirement of or demand of the good in the market. So the manufacture of a product in a small or large batches or lost in interval by a series of operations. Each operation being carried out on the whole batch before any subsequent operations is performed. So here depending upon the functional areas, every functional area will be coordinating in a proper manner, then only we can able to get the desirable productivity from the production operations. Next, analytical process. In the analytical process of the production, the raw material is broken into different products. Crude oil is analyzed into gas, naphthalene, petrol, etc. So the raw material will be converted into in different segment products. Then only we can get the desirable productivity of a firm and organization. Here, similar coal is produced, processed to obtain coal, gas, log. These kind of elements will be at the end of the day we are receiving. Next, synthetic process. Synthetic process of a production involve the mixing of two or more materials to manufacturing product. Two or three products will be mixing. Then only we can getting the output is in a different product for the market. For instance, next production process matrix. So here some kind of steps will be following by the production operation management. First one is job shop production, batch production, mass production, continuous production. So high, medium, low. As per the requirement of the schedule of a company standards or business requirement, we may have plan for such kind of a good and services. It is called as job shop production. Batch production means continuously they are manufacturing the good and services, sending to the stores with using by the requirement of the demand. The output will be sending to the inventory managers. Then only the inventory manager has to be take the decision regarding for how much of inventory will be available, how much of stock will be buying, how much of stock is going to be sold to the customer in the market. Next one, mass production. In this production process, the continuously the firm has to be producing the goods and services. So we can able to get huge amount of profit from the business operations. Next, continuous productions. Here, the requirement of the company or the requirement of the customers, forever the company has to be manufacturing the goods and services until unless they are not able to stop. So based on the desires of a customer, desire of the company, desire of the need and want of the production units, according to their plan, they are continuously manufacturing by the goods and services. So continuous production system. It involves continuously, almost continuous physical flow of material. Here, the material will be sending to the supplier through using by the channel wise, like assembling line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. It is the best example for automobile sector, oil industry, chemical industry, or sugar industries. It makes use of special purpose machines and produce standardized item in a large quantities. So chips also is one of the best production unit in the market. The largest scale of quantity we are required, we are automatically imposed in the system. Then only the system will be take the signal from the operator. Then only we can able to producing the good and services. So processing is the material and different equipment procedures the products. Each machine operate in a single steady state and performance a specific processing function. Some examples of continuous process of past production, pasta production, tomato sauce and juice production, ice cream production. These are the best example for the continuous production system. So tomato juice, every kind of a customer we are willing to buy and consuming in the market. So huge demand will be occupied in the market. So especially Domino's Pizza, KFC, such kind of a business organization we are continuously using by the tomato sauce. So according to the requirement of the customer orders, the company can be manufacturing the bulk amount of goods and services in the organizations. Next, so legal formality for valued contract including registration, stamping and proper documentation were required. Certain contract like a land scale require registration. Oral contract may be valid but not in always enforceable. Some contract are there. Thank you.